So I've got a completely different kind of video today. I wanted to talk about my top 5 anime series of 2016. Basically, I watch a lot of anime. I'm subscribed to Crunchyroll, so in terms of new stuff that's come out in 2016, I've only watched what's available on Crunchyroll. This isn't sponsored or anything like that, but that's just how I'm able to access the anime that I watch. And they do a lot of stuff, so I'm not feeling like I'm missing out because I'm quite restricted on time, the amount of time I can spend watching stuff. In 2016 I worked out, because I thought, is it good to do a top 5 if I haven't watched every show? I don't think it's possible to watch every show, but I tried at least 3 episodes of all the ones that, or not all the ones, but most of the ones that looked interesting to me. So I watched at least 3 episodes of 35 shows, so that includes watching more episodes than that and watching entire series. So I think I got quite a good kind of overview of all the shows that were out. There were so many in autumn 2016. It's crazy. So needless to say, I did not watch all of those, but I watched quite a lot, and I thought, I'm watching all this anime, I should do a video, I should share some of my experience with you guys. So I don't know how many of you out there watch anime and that kind of thing, but I think there's enough of an overlap. I thought I'd do a little video for you, just a quick one with kind of my thoughts, not too much my thoughts, just kind of what I liked and what I think's worth watching anyway. So yeah, top 5, starting at 5, going down to 1. Number 5 is Orange, which may be slightly contentious, I'm not sure. I know that there were some problems with the show. It wasn't the perfect show, it's in number 5 spot, but it filled my heart with so many feelings, each week. It really, I can't just say that I like every show that makes me cry, but it was just a really kind of interesting story. To give a quick overview, it's kind of about a group of 16-year-old kids that put a time capsule in the ground, and then in the future they go back when they're 26 years old and get the time capsule up, and one of the friends isn't there, and it's kind of a story about trying to save that guy. So it's kind of a little bit sci-fi, kind of time travel, there's a bit of time travel talk in it, but also very heavy on the suicide conversation. So if you're kind of sensitive about that kind of thing, it might not be the right kind of show for you, but it was just so many feelings, so much frustration. I think the show ran out of money because about halfway through, I think it's a 12 episode show, or 13, I'm not sure, but about halfway through the animation started getting really sloppy, and like someone kissed someone on the cheek, and it was like, was that a kiss on the cheek, or did they just, it was really quite strange what happened. And I think there was certain episodes where a huge number of animation houses were all working on it together and mashing it together, so it is a big shame that the animation got so like downhill. And the story's not perfect, it's a very weird story. I've bought the mangas because I wanted to see how closely they go. I haven't read them yet, but it was, yeah, it wasn't perfect. About episode 10 I started to think, not the perfect ending I would have wanted, but I think the show as a whole is definitely worth watching. Touches on really interesting topics, and just it's a nice show, it's a good show to watch. I did cry pretty much at the end of every episode, but I thought it was well worth watching for 2016. In spot number 4 is Flying Witch, which is the other end of the spectrum and is not emotional, but I thought it was so funny. It was really like relaxing. That was in the spring, I think it was in the spring season, but I didn't watch it then. I watched it just a few days ago actually, kind of over the Christmas break, and I just felt so relaxed. It's just like the nice kind of show to watch when you just want to chill out, and it doesn't make you feel like I should be doing stuff. It makes you feel like chilling out is great. And it just made me laugh, so many laughs. So basically it's about this witch called Makoto, and she is not fully fledged yet. She's a 15-year-old girl, and apparently when you turn 15 in this universe and you're a witch, that's the time when you can go out in the world. But she wants to finish high school, or her parents wanted her to or something. So she moves to the countryside to live with her aunt and uncle and 2 cousins, and it's just daily life with them, and it's really nice. There's like episodes about just being friends and episodes about growing vegetables. There's like a 5-minute scene of her chasing a pheasant, which is really funny. It's just, it sounds really stupid, but it was really nice, made me feel really good, and I really enjoyed that one, and I didn't cry once. It was just funny, it was really good. So in spot number 3 is Izetta the Last Witch, which is another show about witches. Well, yeah, it is about witches, but it's set in World War II. It's very, very different tone. It's very sad, it's very serious, and it's very good. I found it really enjoyable. The art was amazing, it just looked amazing. I thought it was beautifully done. There was corgis in it, and I love corgis, so that was a win. And it's the story of Izetta the witch, and her kind of love for the Archduchess of this country, who's part of World War II, Archduchess Fine. And it's just like their love and connection, but how that plays out in such a big kind of scenario. So this Archduchess has to do everything to protect her people. She's in charge of this country, and it's just so interesting, and it's really nice to watch. Yeah, and it's so basically it's love in a bigger picture, and the female characters, they're really strong female characters, and I think it's really good because even though there's so much love and so much emotion and feeling, they don't let that get in the way of what has to be done to bring peace and protect people. And it's just got really interesting characters. You see places like Londonia, so you see like Big Ben, and then there's the Eiffel Tower, and Germania are the bad guys, and it's really, I think it's really interesting. And you don't have to be like super into World War II shows to enjoy it. It was just a really nicely done, really interesting show, so definitely worth a watch. In position 2 is Yuri on Ice, which, if you're into anime, you've probably heard of it because it's the show that everyone is talking about. I think it ended like just before Christmas, a few days before Christmas. And it's another really beautiful show to look at. Oh, it's so good. It's about ice skating and like the World Championships of ice skating, which I know nothing about, but I just thought it was a really good show. And when you see like the choreography and stuff of the ice skating, it's so nice. It's just really nice to look at, and like seeing the music and these people doing this ice skating, like I felt emotional looking at it. It was so good. So it's basically a story of this 23-year-old guy, and he does really badly. He's like a pro, but he like loses a contest or something, and it's kind of the story of him losing all of his confidence and not believing in himself whatsoever, and then him building that back up to become like a really great contender in ice skating. And it's him building that confidence up through his love of ice skating, but also through the love of this guy that comes into his life and coaches him, and their relationship, and it's just a really good show. So worth watching. So yeah, there's not too much I want to say on that because you really should just watch it. It's just a really good show. And in position number 1 is New Game, which is kind of a slice of life show, because I love slice of life shows. It's in a different setting, it's not in school, so that's a bonus. It's not deep, but it makes you feel good. Another just feel good show. So it's about this girl called Alba, and I think she's just left high school. So there's a friend of hers that's gone to college, and then there's Alba, who's gone to work in game development, and she's working on a game, I think it's Fairies 3. So she loved the Fairies series when she was a kid and younger, and it's her going into work and like meeting all these people that she's idolised and like working on this game that she's had posters for the other shows. So it's like really inspiring to make you really want to do something that you love doing, and I'm lucky that I do a job that I really love doing in my day-to-day life, and I found it really nice to watch, seeing someone working so hard, working on something that they really believe in. And it's really funny as well, and there's loads of jokes and just kind of good feelings and characters that you can kind of get along with. I couldn't imagine it's anything like working anywhere really, the way that they worked, but maybe it is, I don't know. I've never worked in game development in Japan, but I thought it was just kind of, yeah, weirdly like an inspiring, uplifting show, and also a really funny feel-good show. And it just looks so cute. I love the look of it. It's so kind of Lucky Star-esque, but just really nice. So yeah, those are my top 5 shows. I'd be really interested to know what you guys have been watching, because there were shows that I wanted to watch more of, but time limitations, I can't watch every show. I wanted to give shout outs to Erase the show, which I didn't watch, and I know that I'm really going to like that. Don't know if it would be in my top 5, but thought I'd mention it. March Comes In Like a Lion is still running, so I couldn't include that, but that is such a good show. Another one about like human emotion and shoji, so all these kind of sports shows that are well, they are about the sport, but that's not what they're really about. Persona 5, the film that came out at the start of the year, because I'm so excited to play Persona 5 because I love Persona. So yeah, that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Leave comments below. What was your favourite anime or your top 5 animes, and let me know if this is something you're interested in me doing, because I love anime. I could do kind of like end of season, kind of my thoughts on the best animes or the ones that I think are worth watching, or something like that. So let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitter, where I like to tweet about anime and other things, or Instagram if you're into that, where I tend to post pictures about my life and Pokemon stuff and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it'd be great to see you there, and like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Alright, Happy New Year everyone, and see you soon. Bye guys!